and welcome to the Cruise Show. I'm Carly and this is Richard. Well, we have got some truly special cruise holidays in store for you on today's show. How do you fancy travelling to China or Japan, or maybe doing a transatlantic crossing? That's one of those things that everybody has to tick off in their lifetime. Well, today's show has got all of that jam-packed in, especially for you. And it's all cruising in 5-star luxury with Holland America Line. This is like cruising inside a country house hotel. These are truly beautiful ships. And to tell us a little bit more about them, it's Richard.
Thanks very much indeed, Carly. Well, welcome to Holland America Line, where unforgettable experiences meet exquisite detail at every turn. The 5-star ships travel to destinations all over the world, immersing guests in the culture and the traditions of each of the regions that we visit along the way. Now, each voyage is accompanied by enticing cuisine and Holland America Line's signature style of gracious service. As soon as you step on board a Holland America Line ship, it feels elegant and refined, from the diverse restaurants to the well-appointed suites and staterooms. So join us as we take you on a journey with Holland America Line and Vision Cruise.
And we are going to start out by taking you on a China and Japan adventure. This is on board Holland America's Volendam. So we're going to show you a little bit now of a flavour of what you could expect on this class of ship.
Yeah, now with Holland America Line, it's all about being looked after when you're on board. It's 5-star cruising, and there's all sorts of entertainment that happens throughout the day and throughout the evening. There's enrichment programmes where you can learn things like wine tasting. There's cookery schools at sea in the onboard areas where you can go and learn how to cook things with the chefs, and the Culinary Arts Centre. Now, when it comes to accommodation, there's all different types. So the price we've quoted you on is based on an inside, but if you wanted to have an ocean view like you can see here, or maybe you wanted to have a balcony or a suite, all you have to do is give us a call here at Vision Cruise and we can quote you on that entirely separately. But whichever type of cabin you choose, you'll get wonderful ensuite accommodation, you'll get all the bath smellies that you know and love that you'll see back home, and you'll always be looked after when you're on your cruise by your cabin steward. Now, when it comes to dining on board with Holland America Line, there is the main restaurant, like you can see here, where there is a different menu every evening of your cruise holiday. There's also the buffet style option, like here, where they have workstations and they prepare things like this. You can have a stir fry right in front of your eyes, and then it's given to you. There is speciality dining if you wanted to visit the Pinnacle Grill Steakhouse maybe when you're on your cruise. There is a cover charge for some of the speciality dining options, but why not treat yourself your own holiday? And look at that steak there, doesn't it look amazing? And if you want seafood, you can have that as well. If you do have a dietary requirement, all you have to do is let us know at the time of booking, and then we can make the ship aware, and then everything's taken care of when you do get on board. Now, with Holland America Line, you always recognise the ship by you see the distinctive dark hull. There is the promenade decks that you can walk around, plenty of places to grab a sun lounger and relax wherever you're cruising around. On the top deck, there's the main swimming pools and hot tubs. There's the entertainment that just pops up there, and this is sort of live shows that they have as we sail away from the different ports of call. If you want to be pampered when you're on your holiday, the Greenhouse Spa and Salon is the place to head to. Now here you could get some pampering treatments, you can have a massage, a facial. If you want to have your hair cut for the formal evening on board, you could do that when you are here. Now there are charges for the spa treatments, they are extra, but do check out on the sea day as they have special offers as well, and it's usually when they have the formal evening on the sea day as well, so you can get prepare yourself ready for the evening's events. And if you just want to relax in the Greenhouse Spa and Salon, do check out the prices when you get on board, because it's well worth doing. Now, after all that food, you want to work out in the gym, you can head to the gym. It's open throughout the day here, and there's all sorts of exercise bikes you can use and treadmills. There's also exercise classes as well that you can get involved with, and they're all included in the price of your holiday, and you'll find full details of those in the daily programme that's posted inside your room every single evening. So this is a real itinerary for you, isn't it? It's China, South Korea and Japan adventure. We're going to be going away for 21 nights on the 24th of March next year. We're going to start off by flying you from the UK. Now this is based on flights from London Heathrow out to Shanghai. When we get you to Shanghai, we're going to give you a 3-night stay at the Hyatt on the Bund on a room-only basis. We're also going to include the China Acrobats and Shanghai tour. So you can see the acrobats' performances, you can watch the skill of the performers, performances, and then we're going to take you on a sightseeing tour to show you all of the landmarks of Shanghai. So you get 3 nights stay on a room-only basis with that tour included. Then we're going to join the MS Volendam. This is for our 14-night adventure of a cruise. We're going to be cruising out of Shanghai, and our first port is Qingdao. Now here, do go and visit May 4th Square with its modern sculptures, its temples, and St Michael's Cathedral is well worth a visit. We're then on to Beijing as our next port, standing in contrast to the city's many modern skyscrapers, including the iconic 450-metre Tianjin radio and television tower. Then we're on to our next port of call. Here it's Incheon we're going to go to. It's the seaside resort with beaches, stunning tree-ringed Buddhist temples, and famous for its golf resort as well. Then we're on to Jeju City is our next port. You could go diving here, watch the locals collect seafood fresh from the sea, and the famous waterfall there, and you've got the tranquil beaches all around. Then we're on to Osaka as we go scenic cruising of the inland sea of Japan, and we're into Osaka. Here you go and visit the castle and its museum, which is surrounded by a moat and a park. Then we're on to Shimizu is our next destination. The best thing to do here is to go to the sushi museum with informative exhibits, and you can even try some of the sushi as well. Then we're on to Yokohama is our next port. The landmark tower with its panoramic views is something you want to go and have a look up. We've got the red brick warehouse, which is great for shopping opportunities. Then we're going to be transferring you to Tokyo. This is where you'll get a 2-night stay at a great hand-picked hotel. We've got the Hyatt Regency Tokyo on a room-only basis, where we're going to include the Mount Fuji, Lake Ashi and bullet train day trip as well. And Mount Fuji itself is 3,800 metres above sea level. It's Japan's tallest mountain. Then we're going to be transferring you to the airport and then flying you back to the UK. So this is an adventure of a holiday, isn't it? It's 21 nights departing on the 24th of March next year. Now you can be on board for just £3,379 per person. This is a Vision Choice holiday. We've included your flights or your overseas transfers, for a 3-night stay at the Hyatt on the Bund on a room-only basis in Shanghai. We're also going to include that China, Acrobats and Shanghai tour for you. You'll then get a 14-night cruise on board the MS Volendam, where all your food's included, all of the entertainment. Then we're going to transfer you to Tokyo, where you get a 2-night stay at the Hyatt Regency in Tokyo on a room-only basis, and then you get that Mount Fuji, Lake Ashi and the bullet train day trip as well from Tokyo. Now you will need a visa for this particular holiday, a Chinese visa. Give us a call and we can add that on for you and all sort you out. The number you need to make a note of is 0800 655 6449.
Wow, this really is an incredible itinerary. If you're the kind of person that likes to learn about new cultures and travel to new places, then this is definitely the holiday for you. What are you waiting for? Let's have another little sail back through those details. So we're going to be flying you out to Shanghai, where you've got your 3-night stay at the Hyatt on the Bund. This of course includes your acrobatics and Shanghai tour while you're there. Then we're going to be transferring you to the Volendam, where we're going to head for Qingdao, sometimes known as the Switzerland of the Orient, a beautiful city with red roofs, green trees and blue sea. Then we'll arrive into the port of Tianjin. This is where you can head to Beijing for the day and see a section of the Great Wall perhaps, as well as the Temple of Heaven. Then our next port of call will be Incheon. You can head to Seoul from here and see the ancient capital of an ancient land. Before we arrive into Jeju City, visit Halen Park and discover underground caves and bonsai gardens. It's a semi-tropical paradise. Then our next port of call will be Osaka. Japan's second largest city, has got lots of shopping opportunities. Then we'll arrive into Shimizu. The port is walking distance from several attractions, so perhaps visit the Sushi Museum or maybe do a bay cruise while you're there. Before we arrive into Yokohama, a cosmopolitan city which combines the old and new. We're going to transfer you from there on to Tokyo, where you've got your 2-night stay at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. And of course, we're including your bullet train and Mount Fuji tour as well. What an incredible holiday for just $3,379 per person. I know that's a lot of money if you think about it. But this is an incredible holiday and one of a lifetime. Imagine the memories and all the experiences you are going to come back with from this. Give us a call and get yourself on this lovely Vision Choice holiday. 0800 655 6449. Well, we're going to move on to our next itinerary, and again, this is a truly special Vision Choice holiday that we have put together especially for you, and we are going on board Holland America's Westerdam. So let's have a little look around.
Yeah, so this gives you a great insight into some of the things you can be experiencing and see as soon as you step on board a Holland America Line ship. You've got the stunning atrium with all its artwork around. The bistro, this is the sort of buffet option area where there's everything you could possibly want to tempt every sort of palate on board, and it's all freshly prepared and open throughout the day. You can head here for breakfast, lunch, and even if you wanted to just have a light evening meal, you could head here. Now, throughout the ship, there's all sorts of places to relax, whether you want to sit by the pool. There's indoor pool areas as well on some of the ships. On board, you will find a great choice of things to do throughout the day, and every day brings a new choice of different activities and indulgences that you can get involved with. There is the gym on board if you want to visit there. There's the greenhouse spa and salon. There's a hydro pool. There's the fitness centre. Do book your treatments early when you get on board so that you don't miss out. You can just be pampered. Here's the hydro pool I was telling you about. So there's always something going on around the ship, and you're always wondering, how am I going to find that out? The daily programme, that will tell you everything that's going on, so you really can plan your day as you want to. Now, out on top deck, there's always somewhere to just sit down, and there's always somewhere you can get a drink and keep refreshed from one of the many bars out on the top deck and the pool area. There is a sports court if you want to visit here as well. If you're bringing the grandkids, it's their first introduction to cruising. They can have fun in the sports courts. There's also great kids clubs on board. There's all sorts of lounges and bars that you can visit. There's the Crow's Nest, there's the sports bar, the Vista Show Lounge. This is the culinary centre you can see here. There's the Northern Lights nightclub as well if you want to visit there. There is also on board a piano bar as well, where there's live entertainment. There's bars where you can watch sports in, like you can see here, where they'll show the latest games and things that you can watch. So what you tend to do is you'll visit some of these venues, and then you'll probably find one that you like and you'll return to, and the staff will get to know your name and you'll get to become really friendly with them. There is a library on board. You saw just before then there's a coffee shop inside the library. This is the food on board that's served in the main restaurant. It's a 4 or 5 course menu depending on the day, and there's also the buffet options as well. There is speciality dining like the Pinnacle Grill you can see here. Great if you've met up with friends on your cruise and you want to share a table with them and have a great meal together and reflect on the day's adventure. So this is Singapore to Hong Kong. We're on board the MS Westerdam. We're heading away here on the 24th of November. This is for next year for 16 nights. Just the deposit today will secure your place on board. We're going to start off by flying you from the UK. Now this is based on flights from London out to Singapore. When we get you to Singapore, we're then going to give you a 2-night stay in Singapore, and this is at the Grand Copthorne waterfront. Now that's plenty of time for you to really experience what Singapore has to offer. So you can go and see all the modern buildings, all the old buildings as well, go shopping. You can maybe take in a show if you want to when you're there. Then we're going to be joining the MS Westerdam. This is for our 13-night cruise. We can really see all of the great sights as we're cruising from Singapore to Hong Kong. Then we're on to Nathon. This is for Koh Samui. Here you see the many beaches all around that you can take a trip to if you want to go and do that, or just relax when you're on your cruise. Then we're on to Bangkok, is our next port of call. Here you'll see the sunrise along the Chao Phraya River, which runs right through the heart of it itself, and all the neon lights of the downtown. Then we're on to Sihanoukville in Cambodia is our next port of call. You could go on a snorkeling trip here if you want to. You can go kayaking through the forests if you want to. Then we're on to Phu Mai is our next destination. Now here you go and see the bustling local markets, go have a meal in one of the fine dining restaurants. Then we're going to be taking you to our next port of call. It's on to Da Nang. Here you've got the stunning 30 kilometres of coastline, which is popular for water sports. You can go water skiing, paddleboarding and surfing if you're feeling adventurous. Then we're on to Halong Bay is our next destination. Here it's declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and you can see almost 2,000 islands as you cruise around. Then we're going to be cruising into Hong Kong, where sadly that's where our cruise is going to end on the Westerdam. We're going to pick you up, we're then going to take you to a hotel. We've got a 2-night stay at the Harbour Grand Hong Kong. This is on a bed and breakfast basis, and then after that 2 nights there, we're then going to be taking you back to the airport and then flying you back to the UK. So we've got a great holiday lined up for you. It's 16 nights heading away on the 24th of November next year. We've got fares available from just £2,299 per person. Now this is a Vision Choice holiday, which means you cannot buy this anywhere else. We have included so much. We've included all of your flights and your overseas transfers. They're all taken care of. You get a 2-night stay at the Grand Copthorne waterfront with a continental breakfast. You get 30 nights on board the MS Westerdam, and then to end your holiday you'll get a 2-night stay at the Harbour Grand in Hong Kong, and that's on a bed and breakfast basis, and all of your transfers there are all taken care of as well for this great Vision Cruise price here. Now, if you wanted to stay longer at the beginning of the cruise in Singapore or longer at Hong Kong, again, we can do that for you here at Vision Cruise. Just let us know your requirements, your dates and your budgets, and we can work that around you to make sure that we bring you a dream holiday. Now, when we book this cruise for you, we'll enrol you into Vision Plus, which is our own loyalty scheme as well, so you'll pick up Vision Plus points, and we'll also enrol you into the Holland America Line loyalty scheme as well, so you'll also pick up that too. If you want more information, all you have to do is pick up that phone and give us a call right now. It's 0800 655 6449.
Wow, what another incredible holiday. Imagine all the experiences you're going to get from this. And I must say, while you're on this cruise itinerary, make sure you try some street food, because they really know how to do it. We're not talking hot dogs and burgers. We are talking exceptional food right there on the street. So you must try it while you're there. And imagine the photographs you're going to come back from this incredible cruise with. What are you waiting for? Let's have another little sail back through those details. So we're going to be flying you out to Singapore, where you've got your 2-night stay, before we transfer you on to the Westerdam. And from there, we're going to be sailing out to our first port called Koh Samui. You can visit the Buddha Meditation Centre. Maybe try elephant trekking while you're there. Before we arrive into Bangkok, now you can do some shopping as soon as you step on land, or maybe go and visit the Grand Palace. Before we arrive into Sihanoukville, this is Cambodia. Maybe visit the stunning waterfall there, or relax on the beach for the day. Before we arrive into Phú Mai, Vietnam, head to Ho Chi Minh City for the day and experience the hustle and bustle of this friendly city once known as Saigon. Before we arrive into our next port call, Da Nang, why not visit the Buddhist grottos or maybe the Marble Mountains? Then our next port call will be Halong Bay. Have an up-close look at the limestone islands, and the caves are an absolute spectacle for the eye. Before we arrive into Hong Kong, where you've got your 2-night stay at the Harbour Grand Hotel on a bed and breakfast basis before we fly you back to the UK. And all of that from fares of just £2,299. And there is so much included. You've got your 2-night stay at the beginning there, your 2-night stay at the end, and that wonderful 5-star luxury cruise in the middle. And I must say, look at the time of year this is going. You could get some really special Christmas gifts, couldn't you, on this cruise? Give us a call on 0800 655 6449. Well, we're going to move on now to our next itinerary, and this is the one I was talking about at the beginning of the show. If you've never done a transatlantic crossing, then this is definitely the holiday for you. And we are taking you on board the Koningsdam. So let's join Richard for a little look around.
Now, this is located right in the heart of the ship. We've got reception just to the side of me here. We're open from 8 o'clock in the morning for breakfast, and then from 11:30 you can get snacks, and all of these snacks are all complimentary, included in the price of your holiday. Things like sandwiches and cakes. Well, talking of cakes, there's the Connings Ball, which I'm looking forward to having later on, which is like a huge profiterole. But before all that, I've got myself a little snack. Got myself some fries, some mayonnaise, as you do, and some peanut butter, which is something a little bit different. I'm looking forward to this. I'm just finished these. You can have a look around the ship. Welcome to the main dining room here on board. Now, you can pop here, of course, for breakfast, but of course this is where evening meal is served. And I experienced the gala night the other evening, and that was a grand affair. Now, tonight I'm here for the smart casual night, so you can see my attire. This is typically what you can wear on a smart casual evening. Well, this is one of my favourite areas of the ship. This is the Lido Marketplace. This is the help yourself buffet option. And of course, you must come here when you step on board. And the buffet, it's the law of the sea for the first thing that you must do. Now, each of the areas is split up into different marketplace areas. This is the place you can get sushi and noodles. There's a place you can get fresh meat. There's a place you can get sweet desserts, like I found here as well. Salads, everything you could possibly think of, you'll find it here in the Lido Marketplace. I just don't know where to start first. Well, this is one of my favourite areas. This is gelato. You can come here. It's on the Lido deck, right by the pool, and you can come for an ice cream. Can I get a strawberry waffle cone, please? Thank Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, I'll enjoy this. See you later. Welcome to the Culinary Arts Centre on board. Now you can come here for just a cover charge and create a 5-course dinner with the chef. The show's about to begin, so I'm just going to get my seat. Welcome to Club Hal on board. Now this is for children. They can have fun throughout the day. Now you can bring your child here aged between 3 and 6 and they'll go in the kids area, between 7 and 12 and they'll go in tweens, and between 13 and 17 they can go in the loft area. Whichever area they go in, they will have fun making things, designing things, playing games, and more importantly making new friends whilst you enjoy your cruise holiday. So for this itinerary, this is Rome and the passage to Florida. We're heading away on the 1st of October this year for 17 nights, flying you from London out to Rome. Now when we get you to Rome, we're going to give you a 2-night stay in Rome for you to really experience what the city has to offer. You'll see all the magnificent buildings and all the architecture. We'll give you a 2-night stay at the Bailey's Hotel. Now this is on a bed and breakfast basis, so it allows you plenty of time to go and experience what Rome has to offer. We're then going to be transferring you down to Civitavecchia. That's where you join the MS Koningsdam, and that is when our cruise adventure is going to begin as we go on our transatlantic voyage. We're going to cruise out, and our first destination that we're going to be taking you to is Alicante, and you can see all the beaches all along the coastline there as well. You could venture to Benidorm for the day if you wanted to go and do that, if we can just stay on board. Then on to Malaga is our next destination here. You've also got the many museums here. There's a museum dedicated to Picasso that you must go and take a visit around. Very interesting. Then we're on to Cadiz, is our next port of call. You could choose to go to Seville here for the day and go and see all of the ancient buildings and architecture and learn all about the history there. Then it's on to Madeira is our next destination. You can take a trip up Monte on the cable car and take the toboggan ride down as well, which is great fun. Then we're going to be in our final port, which will be Fort Lauderdale, that's where we're going to be taking you from the ship, taking you back to the airport and then flying you back to the UK. This is a 17-night holiday. We're heading away here on the 1st of October. We've got fares from £1,599 per person. If you want to get on board, give us a call right now, 0800 655 6449.
Wow, what a wonderful way to do a transatlantic crossing. This really is a great cruise and a wonderful opportunity for you to travel in 5-star luxury. How good does that sound? Imagine those lovely sea days where you can just relax, or you can get involved in all the activities that are going on board as well, and you get to stop in at some wonderful ports of call along the way. And you know what I'm thinking? Why not add a couple of nights at the end in Fort Lauderdale when you get there? Why not, hey? If you fancy that, then give us a call and we can quote you separately for that. But let's have a little sail back through those details. So we're going to be flying you out to Rome, where you've got your 2-night stay at the Bailey's Hotel on a bed and breakfast basis. Then from Rome, we are going to be joining the ship in Civitavecchia and sailing out to our first port of call, Alicante. Perhaps head to nearby San Juan for a round of golf, or maybe climb up the castle of Santa Barbara for some stunning views. Then our next port of call will be Malaga in southern Spain, enjoying a relaxing day on the beach perhaps, or maybe visit the palace while you're there. Then we're going to sail along to Cadiz. This is where you could head to nearby Seville for the day and soak up the rich history, or stay in Cadiz itself. It's a really beautiful little place to visit as well. Then our next port of call will be Funchal, Madeira. It really is stunning here. They call it the Garden Island, and you're going to find out why. Maybe take the walk along the promenade or take the cable car at Monte, and definitely sample some green sangria while you're there. Then from there, we're going to be doing that transatlantic crossing over to Fort Lauderdale, where sadly it's time to leave the ship and we'll be flying you back to the UK. And that's fares from just £1,599 per person. And this is going 1st of October this year. This year, you could be doing a transatlantic crossing. How amazing does that sound? Get yourself on the phone. It's 0800 655 6449. Now, if you're sat there thinking, wow, 3 incredible itineraries on offer today, but I've never cruised before. I'm a little bit worried. I've got lots of questions. I've got questions about the ports of call. I've got questions about cruising itself. Then don't hesitate. Get yourself on the phone. The number's at the bottom of the screen, and speak to one of our dedicated team. Don't forget, we specialise in cruise holidays, and ask them to send out our first time guide to cruising. We'll send that out free of charge, and I'm sure that's going to answer any questions you might have. Well, it's time, I'm afraid, for us to go. But we're going to see you again next time on The Cruise Show with some more amazing deals. Goodbye for now.
Until then, bye for now.
You've been watching a commercial presentation on behalf of Vision Cruise.